Do you know why women say they want one thing, yet obsess over men who do the exact opposite? Because there's a massive gap between what women say out loud and what their instincts truly desire. And that gap is where most men lose before the game even begins. Today, I'm going to reveal 8 dirty things women secretly want from men, but will never admit publicly. Not looks, not money, not physical tricks, dark psychological behaviors that activate their most primitive attraction. Things they deny wanting, yet respond to every single time. The last one is so powerful, so controversial, it can completely change the dynamic of any relationship. But if you don't understand the ones before it, it will backfire hard. That's why you need to watch until the end. Let me make this real. The first dirty thing women secretly desire, but will never admit, is a man who takes control with calm confidence, not aggression. This is where most men completely misunderstand attraction. When a woman says she wants equality in a relationship, she's being honest. But what she doesn't tell you is that emotionally, she's drawn to calibrated masculine dominance. Not control, not force, direction. Every single day, a woman makes hundreds of decisions. What to wear, what to eat, how to respond to that message, how to handle pressure at work. Her mind is constantly solving problems, constantly choosing, constantly holding control. And when she's with you, something deep inside her doesn't want to make one more decision. She wants to exhale. She wants to feel that you've got it handled. When you say, "I know a great place, let's go," instead of asking where she wants to go, something in her nervous system relaxes. When you guide her through a crowd with a firm, calm presence, she feels grounded. When you make decisions in moments of uncertainty without hesitation, you give her something rare, the freedom to let go. Here's the key most men miss. Leadership is not giving orders, it's not controlling her, and it's not ignoring her needs. Leadership is being so internally secure that she wants to follow your direction. It's creating a space where she feels safe enough to surrender into her femininity without fear. The nice guy, who constantly asks for permission, who pushes every decision back onto her, who seeks approval before acting, doesn't make her feel safe. He exhausts her. Not because he's kind, but because he adds to her mental load instead of removing it. When you lead with certainty, when you take responsibility for situations, when you protect her energy by deciding instead of hesitating, you give her a gift. The gift of relaxation, the gift of softness, the gift of feeling feminine again. Evolutionary psychology explains why this works. Women are biologically wired to feel attracted to men who demonstrate leadership, not because they need saving, but because leadership signals protection, stability, and competence. For millions of years, women who chose men with these traits were more likely to survive, and so were their children. That instinct didn't disappear because it's 2025. It's still there, quiet, primitive, active. And when you activate it through calm, confident control, her attraction rises without her consciously understanding why. She just feels that you're different, that you're solid, that you're the kind of man she can relax with. Let's make it practical. Next time you go out, don't ask where she wants to go. Choose. Don't seek validation for every small decision. Decide and move forward. Stop asking for approval. Act with certainty and let her respond naturally. You'll notice the shift immediately in how she looks at you, how she speaks to you, how she relaxes in your presence. But be precise. There's a thin line between leading and controlling. Leading is taking initiative while respecting her needs. Controlling is imposing your will while ignoring them. Women love the first. They resent the second. So always lead from service, not ego. From the desire to create a strong experience for both of you, not to prove power. And understand this: taking control is only the first dirty thing women secretly crave. Because once she feels guided, the next thing she wants is far more dangerous to her resistance. The second dirty thing women secretly desire, but will never admit, is to be played with mentally, not cruelly. Most men are either too serious or too cold, and that's exactly why they lose. What women secretly crave is the middle ground. A man who knows how to create psychological tension without hostility. A man who can stir her emotions just enough to keep her engaged, curious, and mentally hooked. When you tease a woman with calm confidence and a slight smile, you create emotional tension. And that tension is addictive. It's what makes her replay conversations in her head at night. Because playful teasing sends a powerful signal. You don't intimidate me. And that is deeply attractive. Here's why this works on such a deep level. When you tease a woman correctly, you communicate three things at once. First, you show that you're comfortable enough to challenge her, that you're not walking on eggshells around her beauty or presence. Second, you create emotional spikes, small moments of surprise that break the predictable pattern most men follow. And third, you demonstrate social intelligence, the ability to read the moment, sense limits, and dance right at the edge without crossing it. Women are drawn to men who can handle verbal exchanges. Why? Because it signals mental strength. It shows you're not easily destabilized. It proves you have a personality that can't be intimidated or controlled. Think about this difference. She tells you she's running late. Response A: that's okay, don't worry, take your time. Safe, polite, zero emotional charge. Response B: let me guess. You changed outfits 3 times and still don't like any of them. Now you've created something else. You've shown that you understand her. You've made her smile, maybe even laugh, while she's rushing around. That small moment of playful tension just made her feel something. And feeling something, even mock offense or playful annoyance, is infinitely better than feeling nothing. But here's the critical line you must never cross. Teasing must come from warmth, not cruelty. There is a massive difference between playful banter and sharp insults. Real teasing says, I see you, I like you, and I'm comfortable enough to joke with you. Cruel teasing says, I want to hurt you to feel powerful. Women can tell instantly. One makes her feel alive, the other makes her feel unsafe. And this is why teasing builds chemistry faster than compliments ever will. Compliments tell her what she already knows. Teasing shows her who you are. Most men think women want constant positivity. They don't. They want truth. They want contrast. They want to feel something real. When you combine emotional safety with playful psychological tension, you become unforgettable. Because you touch both sides of her nature. The side that wants to be protected, and the side that wants to be awakened. Here's what Machiavelli would whisper to you. People value most what moves them, even when that movement isn't comfortable. A ruler who creates awe is remembered. One who blends into the background is forgotten. The same law applies here. So stop fearing her reactions. Stop smoothing every edge. Stop filling every silence. Disagree when it's natural. Tease when it feels right. Let tension breathe. Because a woman who feels nothing will never desire you. But a woman whose emotions rise in your presence, even shifting between laughter, tension, and curiosity, will keep coming back to the man who makes her feel alive. The third dirty thing women secretly desire, but will never admit, is to chase a man instead of being handed his attention for free. This is a brutal psychological truth most men refuse to accept. Women value what they have to earn far more than what is easily available, not because they are manipulative or cruel, but because the human brain is wired that way. What comes without effort is mentally devalued. What requires investment becomes obsession. When a man is always available, always responsive, always eager, something inside her shuts down. Not because she dislikes him, but because the emotional reward system in her brain stops firing. There is no tension, no uncertainty, no pursuit. And without pursuit, desire collapses. Humans are programmed to chase what moves away and retreat from what chases them. This isn't a dating trick. It's basic psychology that has existed for centuries. When something feels scarce, valuable, and slightly out of reach, the mind fixates on it. That's why the man who answers instantly every time, who drops everything the moment she texts, who makes her the center of his universe, slowly kills attraction. He removes mystery. He removes challenge. He removes the need for her to do anything to earn his time. Meanwhile, the man who has his own life, his own purpose, his own priorities, who sometimes takes hours to reply because he is genuinely busy, creates natural scarcity. And scarcity activates pursuit. She starts thinking about him more. She initiates contact more. She tries to understand him, secure his attention, earn his presence. Here's the paradox most men miss. The less she feels she has you, the more she wants you. The more she has to work for your time and attention, the more valuable they become. But this is where many men get it wrong. This is not about playing games. It's not about acting cold or disappearing on purpose. It's about genuinely having a life that matters to you. A mission, goals, passions, responsibilities that demand your energy. When your life is full, you don't need to fake scarcity. It exists naturally. And when she senses that your attention is not guaranteed, that it must be earned, something shifts inside her. She leans in. She invests. She chases. Not because you manipulated her, but because her instincts are responding to value. Your move is simple but uncomfortable. Stop over-responding. Stop making yourself constantly available. Stop centering your life around her attention. Build a life that doesn't pause when she appears, and let her feel that being close to you is something she has to earn, not something she automatically receives. Because a woman doesn't desire what she already owns. She desires what she might lose. And once she starts chasing, the dynamic is no longer equal. It's tilted in your favor. The fourth dirty thing women secretly desire, but will never admit, is a man who has a dark side he fully controls. This is where attraction becomes polarizing. Women are not drawn to men who are harmless. They are drawn to men who are capable of danger, but choose restraint. Because that combination signals real power. Pure kindness without edge feels weak. Pure aggression without control feels unsafe. But danger under discipline, that feels intoxicating. Women are wired to respond to contrast. They want the man who is calm, respectful, and gentle with them, but who does not bend to the world. The man who can stand his ground with other men. The man who sets boundaries without raising his voice. The man who doesn't look for conflict, but never avoids it either. This is exactly what Machiavelli meant when he said, "It is better to be feared than loved, if one cannot be both." Fear, in this sense, is not terror. It is respect for your capacity. It's knowing there is strength beneath your calm. Think about it. Any man can be aggressive. Any man can lose control. But a man who could dominate and chooses not to unless necessary, that's mastery. That's why women are drawn to reformed bad boys. Men with intensity in their eyes, but discipline in their actions. Men who have seen darkness, but are not ruled by it. She wants to feel that you are a wolf to the world, but safe with her. That if someone disrespects you, you won't laugh it off nervously. You'll handle it, quietly, decisively. That if pressure rises, you don't fold, you don't panic, you don't over-explain. What makes this attractive isn't the darkness itself, it's your control over it. When a woman senses that beneath your calm exterior there is something powerful, something that could be unleashed if needed, her instincts register protection, dominance, and competence. And when that same man chooses softness with her, the contrast deepens her attraction. Your move is not to act tough, it's to become solid. Set firm boundaries. Handle disrespect without emotion. Stay calm under pressure. Let your restraint speak louder than aggression ever could. Because the man who has no dark side is not trusted, and the man who cannot control it is not respected. But the man who carries danger quietly, that man is impossible to ignore. The fifth dirty thing women secretly desire, but will never admit, is to be ignored just enough to feel the risk of losing you. This sounds twisted, but it's psychological truth. Constant attention doesn't create attraction, it suffocates it. When you're always available, always initiating, always present, her mind relaxes too much. And when the mind relaxes, desire fades. But when you pull back slightly, when you don't text first, when you don't rush to respond, when you seem genuinely occupied living your life, her mind goes into overdrive. She starts wondering what you're doing, who you're with, why you haven't reached out, and that uncertainty pulls her attention toward you. This isn't about disappearing, it's about strategic absence. Presence feels valuable only when absence is possible. When she senses that your attention isn't guaranteed, that it can be withdrawn, it suddenly matters. Silence becomes pressure. Distance becomes tension. Most men make the mistake of overcorrecting. They either smother her with attention or vanish completely out of fear of looking needy. Both kill attraction. What works is controlled pullback. Enough distance to trigger curiosity, not enough to signal disinterest. Here's the key. When you step back, you let her step forward. She initiates more. She invests more. She tries to re-establish the connection, and every time she does, the dynamic shifts further in your favor. Your move is simple but uncomfortable. Stop filling every gap with messages. Stop checking in just to feel reassured. Let silence exist without rushing to fix it. When you pull back calmly, without anger, without explanation, you allow her instincts to do the work for you. Because a woman doesn't miss what is always there. She misses what she might lose. And the moment she feels that risk, her attention locks back onto you. The sixth dirty thing women secretly desire, but will never admit, is a man who can say no without guilt, anger, or explanation. Most men think saying yes to everything will make a woman happy. It won't. It makes you predictable. And predictable men are not respected. Deep down, a woman watches how easily she can bend you, and the easier it is, the less attraction remains. When you say no calmly, you send a powerful signal. I am not controlled by your approval, not emotionally, not sexually, not socially, and that independence is magnetic. A man who agrees to everything looks flexible on the surface, but unstable underneath. A man who can refuse without raising his voice or justifying himself looks solid, grounded, self-directed, and that triggers respect before it triggers desire. Here's the dark psychological truth. A woman feels safer with a man who has limits, because limits mean structure, and structure creates trust. When you say no without resentment, you show that you value your time, your energy, your standards. You show that your life doesn't orbit around pleasing her. And paradoxically, that's what makes her want to move closer. Most men say no the wrong way. They get defensive, they argue, they explain, they try to soften it with excuses, and in doing so, they give their power away. The correct way is simple, calm, short, final. No, that doesn't work for me. I'm not available for that. I'm not doing that. No drama, no justification, no apology. When a woman sees that you can walk away from something that doesn't align with you, something shifts inside her. Because a man who can walk away rarely needs to. Your move is this: stop agreeing just to keep peace. Stop sacrificing your boundaries to avoid tension. Let her feel that your presence is a choice, not an obligation. Because the man who never says no becomes invisible, but the man who can refuse with calm certainty becomes respected. And once respect is there, attraction has room to grow. The seventh dirty thing women secretly desire, but will never admit, is not to be validated constantly, but to earn your attention and approval. Most men give validation too easily. Compliments flow non-stop. Attention is always available. Praise is automatic. And the moment validation becomes cheap, it loses all power. Not because she doesn't enjoy it, but because it no longer means anything. What a woman truly responds to is selective validation, attention that is rare, intentional, and earned. When your approval is scarce, it becomes valuable. When your praise is specific, it becomes impactful. When your attention is not guaranteed, it becomes something she wants to secure. This is basic human psychology. People crave what feels precious, and what feels precious is never given freely to everyone. A man who validates everything she does communicates one thing: I need you to feel good about me. A man who validates selectively communicates something else: I choose what I invest in. And that choice creates tension. When you don't compliment her constantly, she starts wondering what she needs to do to earn it. When your attention isn't automatic, she becomes more aware of it. When your approval isn't handed out casually, it starts to matter. This doesn't mean withholding affection out of bitterness. It means giving it with intention. Instead of endless praise, you acknowledge what truly stands out. Instead of constant attention, you reward investment. Instead of flooding her with validation, you let her feel when she has it. And when she feels it, it lands deeper. Your move is simple. Stop complimenting everything. Stop rewarding minimal effort. Stop validating just to keep her interested. Be selective. Be precise. Be calm. Because a woman doesn't value attention she can get anytime. She values attention she has to earn. And when your validation becomes something rare, but real, her desire to secure it grows stronger than you expect. The final dirty thing women secretly desire, but will never admit, is this: to feel emotionally claimed by a man whose presence signals high status without effort. This is the most powerful truth of all. And if you don't understand the previous ones, this one will destroy the dynamic instead of elevating it. Let's be clear. Women do not want to be controlled. They want to surrender to a man who feels worthy of that surrender. And that surrender only happens when two forces collide at once. First, effortless social dominance. Second, deep emotional claiming. Here's how it works. A woman is constantly scanning her environment for cues, not consciously, but instinctively. She watches how other people respond to you, how you speak to strangers, how waiters, men, women, authority figures react in your presence. If people naturally respect you, if interactions flow easily, if you move through social spaces without trying to impress, her brain registers one thing: status. You don't need to say you're important. She feels it. Effortless social competence tells her you are grounded, capable, and recognized by the world. And that creates attraction before you ever touch her. But attraction alone is not enough. What locks her in is what comes next. When a man with quiet status emotionally claims her, something deeper happens. Not physically, not possessively, emotionally. She wants to feel chosen, not owned, chosen. When you lead with certainty, protect her energy, and create a space where she feels deeply seen, something shifts. She stops feeling like she's auditioning for love. She feels held, anchored, claimed at a psychological level. This is where attraction turns into devotion. In a world that celebrates independence, women still crave belonging. Not cages, not control, but the feeling of being someone's woman, of knowing without words, I am his, and he is mine. And when a woman feels emotionally claimed by a man she respects, her loyalty becomes unshakable, because you've given her something rare, the freedom to fully surrender her heart, knowing it's safe in your hands. Machiavelli understood this brutally well. The one who controls the heart governs the will, not by force, but by connection so deep that surrender feels inevitable. This kind of power doesn't come from intensity alone. It comes from consistency, from showing up when it's difficult, from protecting her heart as fiercely as you would protect her body, from making her feel so secure in your presence that doubt has no place to grow. When she feels she can lose herself in you, she already has. This is not manipulation. This is instinct alignment. When you combine calm leadership, tension, scarcity, boundaries, selectivity, and then add effortless status and emotional claiming, you don't compete for her attention anymore. You become the man she orbits. And that is the final truth. Women don't surrender to men who ask. They surrender to men who feel inevitable. And once you become that man, she doesn't just desire you. She chooses you again and again without needing to be told. Now you understand the truth most men never see. Attraction isn't about looks, money, or saying the right things. It's instinct, it's psychology, and it follows laws that don't care about what sounds correct. You've seen the dirty things women secretly respond to, whether they admit it or not. None of them are about force. All of them are about presence, control, and alignment with human nature. What you do with this knowledge is your choice. You can use it to build something real, strong, and lasting, or ignore it and keep repeating the same mistakes. Just remember this. Men who chase are optional. Men who understand these laws become inevitable. If this opened your eyes and you're serious about becoming the man who's in full control of his life, my book is now available. The Undeniable Man, Built to be Chosen. It's a strategic guide for men who want to attract, lead, and dominate in their love life and beyond. Whether you're single or in a relationship, no fluff, no tricks, just pure, powerful strategy that will set you apart from 99% of men, and that you will actually use every day. The link is in the description. And if this video spoke to you, don't just keep your thoughts in your head. Write a comment, even just a few words. It helps you remember these lessons, and it might help someone else too. Hit the like button if you enjoyed this content, and share it with someone who, in your eyes, needs it right now. Just trust your instinct. We're all trying to get clearer, more solid inside. So let's build minds that don't break.